So, yung next natin, solving rational algebraic equations transformable to quadratic equations. So, here are the steps in solving rational algebraic equations. First, we find the LCD, the least common denominator. And then, we eliminate the denominator by multiplying the LCD to the equation. And then, simplify and reduce the equation into quadratic equation. And finally, use any method to solve the quadratic equation. So let's have example number 1. So determine the values of x in the equation x plus 6 over x is equal to negative 5. So rewrite lang natin. So yung LCD ng equation natin na to is yung x. So we multiply x to the whole equation. So x times x, that is x squared, plus, so dito sa pangalawa, 6 over x, makakancel yung x. Matitira na lang 6. Equals negative 5 times x, that is negative 5x. Now, negative 5x, ilipat natin siya sa left side. So, magiging positive siya. X squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Now, using factoring method, so, ano yung factors ng 6 na kapag pinag-add, lilitaw yung 5. That is 2 and 3. So, susulat natin siya as x plus 3 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. And then, we equate each term by 0. So, that is x plus 3 equals 0. Saka yung isa naman, x plus 2 is equal to 0. And then, x plus 3 is equal to 0. That is, we subtract 3 to both sides. Magiging x equals negative 3. Sa kabila naman, minus 2. Magiging negative 2. So, to check, x equals negative 3 muna. So, negative 3 plus, so ito po yung gagamitin natin, yung equation. So, 6 all over negative 3 is equal to negative 5. Negative 3, and then plus 6 divided by negative 3, that is negative 2, equals negative 5. And then negative 3 plus negative 2, that is negative 5, equals negative 5. What about x equals negative 2? Negative 2 plus 6 all over negative 2 is equal to negative 5. Okay. Negative 2 plus 6 divided by 2, that is negative 3, equals negative 5. And then negative 2 plus negative 3, that is negative 5, equals negative 5. So, yung value ng x na hinahanap natin dito are x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 2. So, let's have the second example. What are the roots of the equation 2x all over x plus 4 is equal to 3 all over x minus 1? So, ang gagawin lang po natin dito, so, rewrite muna natin. Okay, and then, magko-cross multiplication po tayo. So, ang gagawin natin, 2x times x minus 1 is equal to 3 times x plus 4. So, yun po yung pinakamadaling paraan kung wala pong operation o terms na nandito sa bandang right o kaya dito dun po sa kabila. Okay, so ang gagawin natin nito, i-distribute natin yung 2x tsaka yung 3 sa mga terms na nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, 2x times x, that is 2x squared. 2x times negative 1, negative 2x equals 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 4, 12. Now, 2x squared minus 2x, and then itong 3x plus 12, ililipat natin sa left side, magiging minus 3x minus 12 is equal to 0. And then, 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 is equal to 0. So, gagamit tayo ng AC method. So, imamultiply natin yung 2 saka negative 12. that is negative 24. Now, iisip tayo ngayon ng factors ng negative 24 na kapag pinag-add natin, lilitaw yung coefficient ng middle term, that is negative 5. So, magiging x minus 8 tsaka x plus 3 equals 0. Now, since yung ating x squared, yung numerical coefficient ng x squared, not equal to 1 siya, so kailangan po nating i-divide tong mga constant dito by 2. So, 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So, x minus 4. Dito sa kabila, so since we cannot divide 3 by 2, kasi pag dinivide natin yan, magkakaroon ng remainder, yung 2 isusulat lang natin sa tabi ng x. So, magiging 2x plus 3, tapos equals 0. So, then we equate each term to 0. So, x minus 4 is equal to 0. Yung isa naman, 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, x minus 4 is equal to 0. So, we add 4 to both sides. So, x equals 4. Sa 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 naman, we subtract 3 to both sides. So, magiging 2x equals negative 3. And then, we divide the whole equation by 2. So, kailangan po kasi nating tanggalin yung numerical coefficient ng x. So, x is equal to negative 3 over 2. So, x equals negative 3 over 2, tsaka x is equal to 4 ang roots ng given equation. Pero kailangan muna natin siyang i-check sa original equation kung magkakaroon ba ng extraneous solution. So, let's check. So, x is equal to 4, tsaka x is equal to negative 3 over 2. So, yung x equals 4 muna, 2 times 4 over 4 plus 4 equals 3 all over 4 minus 1. So, 2 times 4, that is 8, over 4 plus 4, 8, equals 3 over 4 minus 1, that is 3. 8 divided by 8, that is 1, equals 3 divided by 3, that is also 1. So, 1 equals 1. So, yung x equals 4. Tama po. What about negative 3 over 2? So, magiging ganito siya. 2 times negative 3 over 2 all over negative 3 over 2 plus 4 equals 3 over negative 3 over 2 minus 1. So, kapag ganyan po fractions, kailangan po natin kunin yung LCD. So, sa taas muna, 2 times negative 3 over 2. So, pwede po natin i-cancel yung 2. So, matitira na lang po is negative 3. Sa baba naman po, sa denominator, so, yung LCD po ng negative 3 over 2 tsaka 4, 2. So, 2 divided by 2, that is 1, times negative 3, negative 3. Tapos, 2 divided by 1, yung denominator ng 4, that is 2, times 4, that is 8. Equals 3 all over, so, negative 3 over 2 minus 1, yung LCD is 2. So, 2 divided by 2, that is 1, times negative 3, that is negative 3. 2 divided by 1, the denominator of 1, that is 2, times negative 1, negative 2. Next, negative 3 all over, so negative 3 plus 8, that is 5 over 2. Next, 3 over negative 3 minus 2, that is negative 5 all over 2. So, i-rewrite lang natin para mas maintindihan nyo yan. Magiging negative 3 over 1 times, so magiging multiply kasi kapag dinivide natin yan, so yung 5 over 2, kunin natin reciprocal, magiging 2 over 5 equals 3 over 1, and then yung reciprocal ng negative 5 over 2, that is negative 2 over 5. And then, multiply lang natin, negative 3 times 2, that is negative 6, over 1 times 5, 5, equals 3 times negative 2, that is negative 6, and then 1 times 5, that is 5. As you can see, equal sila sa both sides. So, x equals negative 3 over 2. Tama din po. So, ito po yung mga solution ng ating equation. X is equal to 4, x is equal to negative 3 over 2. So, nasabi ko po kanina yung extraneous solution. So, kapag po kasi yung given rational algebraic equation, tinransform natin sa quadratic equations, so, may tendency po na makakuha ng extraneous solution. No? Na ibig sabihin, solution siya nung quadratic equation and then nung sinubstitute natin siya dun sa original equation, so yung rational algebraic equation, hindi niya sinasatisfy yung equation. So, yun ang hahanapin natin. So, but before that, kailangan muna nating matransform to into quadratic equation. So, sulat lang natin ulit. Okay. So, yung x squared minus 1, so pwede po siyang i-factor as x minus 1 tsaka x plus 1 kasi factoring difference of two squares. So, and then, meron ding x minus 1 dito tsaka 2. So, pagsasamahin natin yon, magiging 2 times x plus 1 times x minus 1. Now, multiply natin yung nakuha nating LCD na to sa whole equation. So, para matanggal yung mga denominators. So, dito muna tayo sa 2 over x squared minus 1. So, makakancel po yung x squared minus 1 kasi yung product ng x plus 1 tsaka x minus 1 is x squared minus 1. So, matitira na lang po is yung 2. So, 2 times 2, that is 4. And then minus, so sa pangalawa naman, 1 over x minus 1, ang makakancel dito is x minus 1. And then matitira yung 2 times x plus 1 equals, so dito naman sa 1 half, makakancel yung 2, matitira yung x plus 1 tsaka x minus 1 na pwede natin i-multiply as x squared minus 1. Then 4 minus 2 times x, that is 2x, negative 2 times 1, that is negative 2, equals x squared minus 1. So, pwede natin pagpalitin yung pwesto nila. X squared minus 1 equals negative 2x plus 2. So, kasi 4 minus 2, that is 2. And then, ilipat natin yung negative 2x tsaka 2 sa left side. So, magiging x squared plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. So, and then, using factoring, so, if-factor natin siya, anong factors ng negative 3? Na kapag in-add natin, bibigay yung 2, yung middle term, yung coefficient ng middle term. So, that is x plus 3 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, we equate each term by 0 to 0. So, magiging ganito siya. So, rewrite lang natin. X plus 3 equals 0. Tapos, yung isa naman, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So, x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, we subtract 3 to both sides. So, magiging x equals negative 3. And then, x equals 1. So, yung nakuha nating solution, kailangan nating i-check yan sa original equation. So, para makita natin yung extraneous solution na hinahanap natin. So, x equals negative 3 tsaka x equals 1. So, negative 3 muna. 2 over yung x natin, magiging negative 3 squared minus 1 minus 1 over negative 3 minus 1 equals 1 half. Next, 2 all over negative 3 squared, that is 9 minus 1, and then minus 1 all over negative 3 minus 1, that is negative 4, equals 1 half. So, ang gagawin natin next na to, 2 over 9 minus 1, that is 8. And then, itong negative 4 na to, so, kailangan natin i-factor yon para maging positive yung denominator. So, kapag finactor natin yon, yung minus na to, magiging plus 1/4 equals 1/2. Now, we can simplify 2 over 8 as 1/4 kasi yung GCF is 2. So, 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 1/2. So, kapag inad natin yung 1/4 tsaka 1/4, that is 1/2. So, 1/2 equals 1/2. So, it means negative 3 is a solution. So, hindi po siya extraneous. So, what about x equals 1? So, maaaring x equals 1 ang extraneous. Okay. So, 2 all over 1 squared minus 1 minus 1 all over 1 minus 1 equals 1/2. Next, 2 over 1 squared, that is 1, minus 1 minus 1 all over 1 minus 1 equals 1/2. So, kung isusubtract natin yung mga denominator, so magiging 2 over 0 minus 1 over 0 is equal to 1/2. So, any number divided by 0, that is undefined. So, wala po tayong sagot dito, kundi undefined. Ibig sabihin, yung x equals 1, ito po yung extraneous solution na hinahanap natin. Okay, solution siya nung quadratic equation, pero nung sinubstitute natin siya din sa original equation na isang rational equation, hindi po niya sinatisfy. Kasi nakakuha na tayo ng sagot na undefined. So let's have the next example. Find the roots of the equation, the quantity of x plus 2 squared all over 5 plus the quantity of x minus 2 squared all over 3 is equal to 16 over 3. So, madali lang po ito kasi kung titignan nyo yung mga denominators, wala po silang mga variable. So, ano po yung LCD ng 5 tsaka 3? So, that is 15. So, ang mangyayari po nito, yung 15, i-multiply po natin siya sa buong equation. So, para matanggal po yung mga denominators. Okay, next. So, 15, tsaka yung 5 dito sa una. So, pwede po natin yan i-cancel kasi may greatest common factor sila na 5. So, magiging 15 divided by 5, that is 3. And then, tong 5 na to, magiging 1 na lang. So, matitira yung nasa taas, yung the quantity of x plus 2 squared. Tapos, plus, sa pangalawa naman, so 15 tsaka yung 3, greatest common factor nila is 3. So, 15 divided by 3, magiging 5. And then, yung matitira, x minus 2 squared equals, and then 15, tsaka yung 3, dito sa 16 over 3, that is 5. So, 5 times 16 yan, ang matitira. Next, 3 times, ito, kailangan nating i-square yung x plus 2. So, square the first term, that is x squared. And then twice the product of x and 2, that is x times 2, 2x times 2, 4x. And then square the last term, 4. Plus 5, ito namang x minus 2. So, square x, that is x squared. And then x times negative 2, that is negative 2x times 2, negative 4x. Negative 2 squared, that is positive 4, equals the product of 5 and 16, that is 80. Next, distribute natin yung 3 dun sa trinomial na nasa loob ng parentheses. That will become 3x squared plus 3 times 4x, 12x. 3 times 4, that is 12. Plus yung 5 naman, 5 times x squared, 5x squared. 5 times negative 4x, negative 20x. 5 times 4, that is 20. And then, etong 80, ilipat natin siya sa left side. So, magiging minus 80 equals 0. Now, we combine like terms. 3x squared tsaka 5x squared. 8x squared. 12x minus 20x. That is negative 8x. And then 12 plus 20, that is 32. Minus 80, negative 48 equals 0. Now, itong equation na to, pwede natin siyang i-divide sa 8. So, i-write lang natin. So, upon dividing 8, magiging x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. So, lumiit po siya. So, using factoring, so, factor natin siya. So, ano yung mga factors ng negative 6 na pag pinag-add, lilitaw yung negative 1 na coefficient ng x na middle term. So, that is negative 3 and 2. So, isusulat natin as x minus 3 and then x plus 2 equals 0. And then we equate each term to 0. X minus 3 equals 0 na magiging x equals 3. And then x plus 2 equals 0 na magiging x equals negative 2. So, yung solution natin, ayan, x equals 3, x equals negative 2. So, kailangan po natin yan i-check. Baka kasi meron tayong extraneous solution. So, x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. So, 3 muna. So, 3 plus 2 squared all over 5 plus 3 minus 2 squared over 3 is equal to 16 over 3. So, 3 plus 2, that is 5. So, pag in-square natin yung 5, magiging 25 over 5 plus 3 minus 2, 1. Square natin yon 1. So, 1 over 3 is equal to 16 over 3. So, 25 over 5, that is 5, plus 1/3 equals 16 over 3. Okay. And then, 5 tsaka 1/3, i-add natin. So, magiging mixed numbers po yan. So, 5 and 1/3. So, and then, gawin natin siyang improper fraction. Magiging 3 times 5, 15. Plus 1, 16. So, 16 over 3 is equal to 16 over 3. So, tama po yung ating x equals 3. What about x equals negative 2? So, magiging ganito po siya. Negative 2 plus 2 squared all over 5 plus negative 2 minus 2 squared over 3 is equal to 16 over 3. So, negative 2 plus 2, that is 0. So, kahit square natin yon, over natin sa 5, 0 pa rin. Next, negative 2 minus 2, that is negative 4. Square natin yon, magiging positive 16 over 3 is equal to 16 over 3. Now, any number added to 0, ganun pa rin po yung sagot, yung number. That is 16 over 3 equals 16 over 3. So, equal din po siya. So, therefore, yung solution natin dito, x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. So, wala po tayong extraneous solution. So, for our last problem, solve the equation x all over x minus 2 plus 1 all over x minus 4 is equal to 2 all over x squared minus 6x plus 8. So, ang gagawin lang po natin dito muna, ipa-factor po natin yung x squared minus 6x plus 8. So, baka kasi may mga common term po siya dito sa x minus 2 tsaka x minus 4. So, rewrite lang natin. So, ano ba yung factors? Mga factors ng 8 na kapag pinag-add, lilitaw ang negative 6. So, yun po yung negative 4 tsaka negative 2. So, don't worry po kung parehong negative, tapos positive yung constant term. Kasi pag minultiply natin ng negative 4 tsaka negative 2, magiging positive. So, ang factors niya, x minus 2 tsaka x minus 4. So, regardless din sa order. So, yung una mong sinulat, x minus 4 tapos x minus 2, tama po yun. As you can see, magkapareho. So, yung LCD, madali na lang po niyan. So, LCD, yun na mismo, x minus 2 tsaka x minus 4. So, multiply natin siya sa equation para matanggal yung mga denominators. So, dito muna sa una. So, x minus 2 makakancel. So, matitira na lang po yung x minus 4. So, magiging x times x minus 4. And then, plus, dito naman, x minus 4 makakancel. Ang matitira is yung x minus 2. So, x minus 2 equals, sa right side, makakancel po lahat yan. Okay, so, matitira na lang po is 2. Next, distribute po natin yung x dun sa mga terms na nasa loob ng parentheses. X times x, that is x squared. X times negative 4, negative 4x. Plus x minus 2. And then, yung 2 dito sa right side, lipat natin, minus 2 is equal to 0. So, and then, we combine like terms, x squared. Wala po siyang kamukha. So, write down lang po natin siya. Negative 4x plus x, that is negative 3x. And then, negative 2 minus 2, that is negative 4, is equal to 0. So, usually po, pag ganito yung tinatransform po natin yung mga equations into quadratic equations, factoring method ang usually ginagamit. So, pwede rin naman po yung ibang mga methods. So, ano yung factors ng negative 4 na kapag pinag-add, lilitaw ang sum na negative 3. So, that is negative 4 tsaka 1. So, sulat natin x minus 4 times x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, equate natin yung mga terms to 0. So, magiging x minus 4 is equal to 0. Yung isa naman, x plus 1 is equal to 0. So, x minus 4 is equal to 0. So, we add 4 to both sides. So, magiging x equals 4. So, ito po yung una nating solusyon. Yung pangalawa naman, mag-subtract tayo ng 1 to both sides. So, x equals negative 1. So, to check kung merong extraneous solutions, so, isa-substitute natin yung mga nakuha nating values of x dun sa original equation. So, x equals 4 and x equals negative 1. So, 4 muna. 4 over 4 minus 2, that is 2, plus 1 over 4 minus 4, that is 0. Next, 2 over 4 squared, that is 16, minus 6 times 4, that is 24, plus 8. 4 divided by 2, that is 2, plus 1 over 0, equals 2 over 16 minus 24, that is negative 8 plus 8, that is 0. So, undefined po yung mga nakukuha nating sagot. It means x equals negative 4, ay x is equal to 4 is an extraneous solution. So, extraneous po ito. Next, try naman natin yung negative 1. Negative 1 all over negative 1 minus 2 plus 1 all over negative 1 minus 4 equals 2 over negative 1 squared minus 6 times negative 1, that is positive 6, plus 8. Okay? So, negative 1 all over negative 1 minus 2, that is negative 3, plus 1 over negative 5 equals 2 over, so negative 1 squared, that is 1, plus 6, 7, plus 8, 15. Okay, let's check. So, negative 1 over negative 3, magiging 1/3 po yan. And then, 1 over negative 5, so, tanggalin natin yung negative dito. So, magiging minus po imbis na plus. So, 1/3 minus 1/5. So, So, ganun lang po yung technique. So, kung may negative po dito na term or number dito sa denominator, i-factor po natin yun. And then, yung operation, mag-iiba po. So, kung plus, magiging minus. Kung minus, magiging plus. Equals 2 over 15. So, the LCD of 3 and 5, that is 15. 15 divided by 3, that is 5 times 1, 5. 15 divided by 5, that is 3 times 1. So, minus 3 equals 2 over 15. Now, if we subtract 3 from 5, that is 2 over 15 equals 2 over 15. So, tama po siya kapag x equals negative 1. So, x equals negative 1, yun lang po yung nag-iisang solusyon ng ating equation. So, again, x is equal to 4 is an extraneous solution. So, kahit na nakuha natin siya as solution ng quadratic equation, so upon substituting to the original equation, hindi po niya sinatisfy kasi nagkaroon ng undefined na value. So, after nating i-transform yung mga equations into quadratic equations and then sinolve natin sila. So, for the next video lesson, so magsosolve naman tayo ng word problems involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic equations. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.